guys ready? All right, Coach, give us your thoughts about that win over Kansas. Then we'll open up for questions.
Yeah, obviously a great win. We knew we've been waiting for a win against a really storied program and a team that's good. So we've had a couple that we could build on, but tonight was impressive by our guys. To carry out the game plan on both ends of the floor. It was interesting early. It was a real contrast in styles. They doubled down and went like extra big with their starters versus our shooting, and so our guys responded right out of the gate, kind of punched him in the mouth, and kind of opened things up. And I like the tone that we set there. But just really credit to our team for the attention to detail on the game plan. This 3-game span that we've been on has been by far our most dialed stretch of the year as it relates to like focusing on exactly what we're trying to do with the game plan. And we're starting to see a lot of benefit of that. So with that, I'll open it up.
You're in the first half, all 15 of BYU's baskets had assists. 15 baskets, 15 assists. What does that say about just the way you guys were executing the offense and the way you were kind of running plays there in the first half?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I didn't have anything to do with it. That's our guys just playing the way we want to play. In terms of, like, I wasn't doing anything special in the game. It's a product of, our coaching staff and what we do in practice and the players, buy into, like, the way we want to play. I mean, that's an amazing stat. Someone told me that at halftime. It's incredible. So, I think it speaks to, we're a little different than a lot of teams in this league. We're not – a lot of teams are rolling out these bruiser fours that beat you up, and we're doing it more with like space and pace and ball movement. And so tonight, it was clicking.
Bill Self said that's the best anybody's played against this team this year. What's happening in that locker room that you guys are doing that's allowing you to put that kind of a beating on a good team like that?
Yeah, I mean, I've said this most of this whole season. Like we really have had very few bad days. And so something I learned a long time ago in the NBA is just, one of my mentors, Monty Williams, just said all the time, just stack days, just stack one day after the next. And when you get toward the later part of the year, it all starts to add up. So I think it's a residual effect of that. Really proud of our team for being mature and being able to handle the deeper rotation and having joy for their teammate, when they're not the one that's actually out there doing it. I think, a combination of all that has really got the guys in a good place.
Was this the best game you've played for a full 40 this year?
I think so, yeah. Which has picked a good night to do it.
Why do you think Richie remains consistent in scoring, even though he's probably more heavily on the opposing scouting reports?
I mean, when you play and when you make as quick of decisions as he makes and our team tries to make, it's hard to stop. We're not an ISO team. We throw it in the foos here and there on the post, but like ball movement is king for us and spacing is king for us. And he's really figured out how to make quick decisions. I think he's got the quickest release in college basketball. And so when he's hitting threes like he was tonight and then mixing in his drives, it's hard to game plan for that. Unless you're just going to completely just not guard everybody else and just totally just shift towards where he's at on the floor. So he's figured it out. I think he's gotten a lot better when he's driving, playing off 2 feet in the paint. He had a couple tonight where, he's just never dead in there because he's got that wiggle game down there, and he's really gotten better. Credit to John Linehan for really working on, those 2 feet finishes with them.
Kevin, was Cannon unavailable after you took him out early?
No.
Due to injury or something?
No, he wasn't. He was available. He came in. There was a couple things defensively that didn't go his way, but I thought Trey was giving us good energy, so I just decided to go there. But Cannon's helped us win a lot of games. He's a guy that can really score the ball. So, he's just continuing to learn and continue to put in work, and he'll be ready to go.
What did you think of the physicality that Keita brought to kind of set the tone in the post against Dickinson, and what Foose brought following the game up?
Yeah, I thought from a physicality standpoint, I thought that was the best game we've had as it relates to both of those guys. Like, I honestly, I've been all over Foose. No, I shouldn't say all over, but I've been on Foose about being, like, I need more out of you defensively, And I thought, like, he was the poster child in a good way at halftime of showing the physicality on Dickinson. He was really moving him out of there, rooting him out of the post, and thought he did a great job. So I thought the combination of the two of them really set the tone with our physicality.
As you know, switching can lead to ball movement being pretty stagnant, and that wasn't the case. How were you guys able to be as ball movement heavy as you were, given that they were switching on the defense end?
You've seen too many NBA games, man.
You know what?
I know who you are. Yeah, I mean, all jokes aside, like our guys, you know, it's a blessing and a curse to not have like an ISO heavy team, because you do that in the league and like, okay, I'm gonna back it out and I'm gonna get in my bag and all this stuff. Here, like we preach, like don't let the switching be a stop sign. If anything, it's a green light to move that ball even more. And so, you know, we had Kansas State did that to us, and we really carved them up with just making quick decisions. So, and honestly, it helps us double down on our philosophy offensively when teams do that. And Caba's learning how to slip roll a little bit more and things like that. Usually I go to Mihailo Boscovich at the 5 when they start switching, because he's really good at slip rolls and things like that. But Caba's really starting to kind of get that figured out.
What kind of a tone does it set when Trevin and Nolit are shooting the ball like they did tonight, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, shout out to Trev. We should have started there for going over 1,000 points in his BYU career. It only took him 10 years to do it, so that's impressive. But no, I love Trev, man. He was sick yesterday. He missed shoot around, and so I wasn't worried about him. He knows what's going on out there. But anyways, I thought Trevin shot making set the tone for us, particularly when they tried to like go with the bigger lineup. I thought they just couldn't catch the ball, and he made them pay. In terms of Mawut, like he's a guy, when he's making just decisive catch and shoot reads, you know, he can get in a rhythm. There's been several games this year where he's done that. I thought we were really hurting him on some of this like single side pick and roll action where he was able to really just find rhythm. They were tagging a roller, and you know, that's what they do. They give up a lot of threes, and you know, tonight we made him pay.
How much emphasis has there been on the rebounding battle during this winning streak?
I mean, if I had $1 for every time we talked about rebounding, you know, my bank account would be pretty robust. But we've just talked about it every single day since I've gotten here. And tonight, you know, we did a pretty good job. I thought Hunter got a couple in the second half. But, I mean, we're a team where, to me, the two biggest things for our team, if we can rebound and not turn the ball over, I think we can beat any team in the country, and I really mean that. And so we just got to continue to work on it. That's probably the downside of playing, you know, not like a bruiser for like a lot of teams in our league do. But tonight, you know, we were able to do it. How many did Jaeger have? I feel like he had 3 defensive rebounds, but I just felt like he was sticking his nose in there. Somebody told me at halftime, I think like 11 of our 15 defensive rebounds were by our non-5s, you know, so our guards were doing a good job of getting in there. But some of that was the coverage we were playing. You know, we weren't chasing. We were just trying to gap a lot of their stuff and staying between our man and the basket, which left us in pretty good rebounding position.
Two more questions.
How do you kind of bottle this up and take it out on the road now, facing a team, Arizona, that beat you guys a little bit?
Yeah, no, Arizona's really good, man. They're super impressive. I think they got a great roster. Tommy's a really good coach. He's been doing it in the college world for seems like forever, and they're a well-oiled machine. So I think we're a more physical team now than we were the first time we played them, and they're probably the most physically, they're probably the most offensively, let me say this the right way, they're the most physical offensive team. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. And so we gotta you know, do what we've done in the last couple of games as far as meeting that physicality. But in terms of bottling it up, I just think what we're trying to just continue to grow, and I've told our guys this a lot, is we're a good team. You know, and I don't know if our guys believe that. I mean, they thought we were good, but I don't know if they thought we could be an elite team. And just that internal belief is what we got to bottle up and continue to play with that kind of confidence.
Last question.
30-point ranked win over a blue blood. On ESPN, interviewed by Scott Van Pelt after. How important do you think this game was to show the country and also the selection committee just what your team can do?
I think it was really important. You know, I don't really talk about a lot of that with our players. You know, we just try to, like I said, stack good days. But I know what the deal is. You know, I know we need to get a win against a notable opponent, and we got to continue to do that. This was a big game, you know, for the league standings as well, and hopefully, you know, honestly, I'm still learning all the selection committee and this, that, the other. I just know just win the game. And then there's good things that happen because of it. But, you know, it is cool, though, you know, to be on ESPN, you know, to have people watching what we're doing. And hopefully people take note that need to take note.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate